by using novel regeneration techniques. Dr. Lubna Ansari will give the seminar. 30 to 40 minutes will be your speech. Then after that, we have 5 questions randomly from different students and 30 members. Please come back to Lubna.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Adam. I welcome Dean Faculty, Chairman of Department, respected faculty members, dear students, in the DAS Event Calendar Seminar Series. Today is the fourth seminar, and I'm going to present on the topic enhancement of free feed vegetation and growth under climate change by using novel regeneration techniques. As we all know that total area of Pakistan is 18 million hectares, and average climate is arid and semi-arid. Average rainfall is 300 millimeters, and subhumid area is very less, and it is restricted towards the north and northwest of the country, like some parts of GB, AGK, and KPK, etc. As humid and subhumid area of the country is very less, and due to limiting rainfall, harsh climatic conditions, the total forest area of the country is only 5%. This is meager forest area, that is 5%, and for the success of a country, the total forest area should be 20 to 25%. As I already discussed, that vast spread of semi-arid and arid area, where limiting rainfall restricts the growth of natural trees. So there is tremendous potential of enhancing. Sir, मैं अभी introduce करवा रहा हूँ इसको ना. As vast spread of semi-arid and arid area, where limiting rainfall restricts the growth of natural trees, as I'm focusing on the growth of natural trees. There is tremendous potential of enhancing growth of trees in these areas by using water harvesting techniques as well as innovative techniques to enhance the growth as well as production. There is the importance of the study, significant importance, why this topic is important, as I already discussed that total area of Pakistan is 80 million hectares. Overall climate is arid, semi-arid. There is only 5% area of Pakistan which is under forest, and the natural forests are restricted towards the north and northwest of the country, and mostly area of the country semi-arid, arid. Average rainfall 300 millimeters. Subhumid and humid area is very less, and it is limited towards the north and northeast. Natural forests only concentrated towards the north and northwest, including KPK, AJK, and some parts of GB. Majority of the area of the country is having scanty vegetation, scanty forest cover. Growth rate is less due to limitation of water. There is huge potential exists for increasing tree cover as well as growth in arid and semi-arid area of the country. As we know, that trees act as a fodder for the animals. They also provide the firewood and timber, and these fodder species are utilized by the livestock, and livestock contribute huge in the national economy of the country. The tree growth is stunted in arid and semi-arid areas as soil conditions are poor and also the nutrients. And in addition to these factors, no comprehensive study is available about the topic I selected today. Title is innovative technique is one way of addressing this issue. There are many other ways, but the one way to address this issue is the application of the technology, which I will discuss in the later slide. Much work is done in Pakistan to isolate plant growth promoting rhizobacteria, PGPR strains for biofertilizers. strains for bioremediation of heavy metals, polluted soil, water, and also from the strains useful. These strains are also useful for industry, and pathological strains from clinical samples are also available. But very limited studies were conducted to explore microorganisms from forest soil, and none strains have been identified truly and preciously at species level using standard identification technique, which is 16SR RNA. I selected 4 tree species that are Albizia labic, Albizia procera, Acacia modesta, and Acacia nilotica. Albizia labic, it is multi-purpose tree species, as we all know, that is, it can fix nitrogen, it provides fodder, fuel, and it's also used in the agricultural implements and many other uses. In Pakistan, it grows in Sialkot, Hazara, Bajor, Bunet, and Malakand. It is used as fodder, fuel wood, and also in making of agriculture implements. Albizia labic, locally called black cirrus, its trunk is black. The major difference between Albizia labic and Albizia procera is the leaf size difference, and also the bark of the Albizia procera is whitish, while the bark of the Albizia labic is black. This is the one research species, Albizia labic. This is fodder species. And next is Albizia procera. It is also multi-purpose tree species. The tree is native to central and southern India, Bangladesh, and Burma. In Pakistan, it has been planted in Punjab and KPK. Acacia modesta, Kulai. Acacia modesta is also the species of this zone. This is the subtropical broadleaf evergreen forest type, and in our university monogram, the species is also it is traced as the monogram Acacia modesta. Locally, it's called Kulai. It is also multi-purpose tree species. It can be used as a fodder and fuel wood, apiculture, and gum. It is native to Pakistan, Afghanistan, and India, and it is slow-growing species. Our fourth species is Acacia nilotica. This tree is native to Pakistan. It is locally called as hickory, and it is multi-purpose tree species. Its leaves are utilized as a fodder, and pods are also used as fodder after drying. The uses of the Acacia modesta, it can be used as agriculture, gum extraction, tannin. The bark of it is used as tannin, fencing, medicinal like bark for dyeing. I selected the Pothohar Plateau as a study area. Pothohar Plateau comprises of the entire districts of Attar, Jhelum, Chakwas, Rawalpindi, hilly areas of Gujarat, Sabri Hills, Mianwali, some parts of Kushal, Cyprus. In this area, farmers focus on livestock rearing, and because farmers focus on livestock rearing, so this plateau is also known as the meat pasture. Importance of livestock rearing in this area: it is home of famous Dhanni cattle breeds, which is spotted black and white on its body, and it is most productive plateau. Altitude of the plateau ranges from 300 meters to 1300 meters. Ecologically, it is a subtropical semi-arid subhumid zone. Temperature ranges are 45 degrees centigrade in June and often drop below freezing during January. Average annual precipitation varies from 400 to 870 millimeters. Now I'm coming towards the technology or techniques, as already discussed. There are many ways to increase the germination and growth of the tree species, but one technique which I tested is the PGPR. What are PGPRs? These are root colonizing bacteria that exert beneficial effects on plant development via direct and indirect mechanisms. And these are also called as plant health promoting rhizobacteria, nodule promoting rhizobacteria, and plant growth regulators. As how they work. They work through direct mechanism and indirect mechanism. Direct mechanism by synthesis of phytohormones and vitamins, enhancing stress resistance and improving nutrient uptake. Indirect mechanisms include ability of PGPR to reduce the deleterious effects of plant pathogens on tree G, like hydrogen cyanide production by the PGPR. Plant growth benefits by PGPR addition. When we add the PGPR, there are some parameters that can be enhanced, like enhancement of nitrogen fixation by legume plants, enhanced root growth by azospirillum, increased crop yield, increased leaf area of the plant, increased nitrogen content, protein content, tolerance to drought, and shoot and root weight increase, delayed leaf senescence. This is a 16 RNA technique which I utilized in this study and tested. What were the objectives of my study? First objective was to isolate bacterial strains from the tree rhizopteric soil and nodules of the 4 tree species like Acacia labiata, Acacia procera, Acacia modesta, and Acacia nilotica. Then I characterized these bacteria by using biochemical technique as well as molecular technique. Then after identification, the most promising bacteria through 16S RNA was inoculated on these on the seeds of these 4 tree species. For the isolation of, for the selection of soil samples and nodules from the 4 tree species, a detailed survey was carried out throughout the Pothohar Plateau, and for the collection of forest rhizospheric soil, locales including were Attar, Jhelum, Chitwal, and Rawalpindi. Then characterization of these bacteria was carried out through indole acetic acid production potential, phosphorus solubilization, hydrophore production, like the bacteria can synthesize iron or not, NIF gene amplification, and then identification of bacterial secretion and potential PGPR testation for tree germination, nodulation under controlled and field conditions. The isolation of PGPR strains. First of all, soil sample was collected from the forest, from the rhizospheric soil of these already mentioned tree species, and then it was brought into the laboratory, and 1 gram sample of the soil was utilized for the isolation through the standard protocol. And for the nodule collection, the saplings of the Acacia labiata, Acacia procera, Acacia modesta, and Acacia nilotica. The saplings of these 3 species were collected from the nurseries and also from the field, and the nodules were collected, and they were treated with the standard protocols. Healthy and unbroken nodules were utilized. They were washed with the tap water, sterilized, and then they were meshed in the pestle and mortar, and then they were grown on the respective media. After growth, the bacteria were treated for the isolation of the pure colonies, and after getting pure colonies, these bacteria were preserved in the glycerol stock for the future use. So this is the procedure for the isolation of bacteria from the soil and from the nodules. Then these bacteria were preserved in the glycerol stock for the future preservation, for the future use. These bacteria were also tested for the phosphorus solubilization. That's how these bacteria can solubilize the phosphorus at different days, 7, 13, and 18 days. HPN and hydrophore production. HPN production was also tested. Either the bacteria can fight against the pathogen, and hydrophore production, either the bacteria can synthesize iron and provide iron to the plant. Then these bacteria were also tested for the Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, and in infrared FTIR, we only use a small sample and touch with the tip of the FTIR, and a broad spectrum is drawn by the FTIR itself. And it shows the range of the functional groups, and on the base of functional groups, we can classify that this bacteria can synthesize the can synthesize that this bacteria falls under this functional group and that functional group. FTIR technology is also utilized to check the fodder value of the fodder tree species, and it is the modern technique in this era. This is the FTIR spectrum of the four tree species. Then these bacteria, isolated bacteria from the four tree species, were also tested for the phytohormone production. Sample was prepared by using standard protocols, and sample was run on the HPLC, and it was proved that this bacteria can also synthesize the phytohormone. This is the DNA extraction and amplification. DNA, I utilize the standard protocol of the DNA extraction by hand, like ethanol, and this is the lengthy procedure. Nowadays, DNA extraction kits are available, and it is only the procedure of 1 day. This is very simple procedure. Then the samples were run for their electrophoresis, and gene sequencing was carried out from the nitrogen chorea, and samples were blast. And phylogenetic analysis of the isolated bacteria was carried out by using cluster program Mega 6.06, and this procedure. This procedure is authentic for the phylogenetic tree, and from phylogenetic tree we can identify the phylogeny of the isolated bacteria. These are the primers used, universal forward and reverse primers were utilized. This is the phylogenetic tree of the one species, second species. These are some treatments that I utilized during my experiment, and after applying plant growth promoting rhizobacteria, the growth parameters were studied, that number of leaves, leaf length, number of branches, length of branches, color diameter, height of seedling, chlorophyll content, protein content, protein content are protein contents are mostly tested for stress resistance. Either the bacteria can work against drought stress. Then effect of tension PDPR on seed germination and inoculation under seed condition. The treatments were these, and growth parameters were studied, were same like in control. And this is the evidence of the study of one species, and this was field experiment. As you can see in the picture, that these are the nodules of the Albizia labiata. Clearly, you can see the nodules, then Albizia procera and other species. This is the chlorophyll stand that was utilized in this study. Nodules from field plant. You can clearly see the nodules from the field plant. This is the occasion delta during the field trials, Albizia procera. These are the results of the study. Conclusion. In this study, the Albizia labiata showed the best growth among all three species, while Acacia nilotica also performed very well, but the best growth was in case of Albizia labiata. What are the future perspectives? How this study can be utilized in the future for increasing biomass in range plants? So this is a passive technology, and through this technique, we can inoculate these isolated bacteria for increasing biomass in their plants. And application of fodder for farmers, we can also transfer this technology for the nursery growers, can share with the forest department, and it is the plastic nursery technology. Then, after completion of this study during my PhD, I earned a project from Pori PMS AAUR that was on the isolation of bacteria from the Leucina leucocephala and then characterization of the bacteria by using biochemical and molecular characterization. I worked on this species, Leucina leucocephala, which is commonly known as Ippal, because it is also multi-purpose tree species. It is promising fodder tree, leguminous nature. It can fix nitrogen and highly nutritive fodder tree species because leaves contain fruit fiber between the range of 20 to 28%. Then second project was phytohormone production and FTIR studies of the bacteria isolated from the Visipus mauritiana. Visipus mauritiana is the most important tree species regarding fodder, fuel, and it is expensive tree species regarding because its honey is very expensive, and nowadays government is focusing on this tree species for honey production. And few days before, Prime Minister of Pakistan launched a project that Dunia and Miawali plantation, they will plant a huge area of Visipus mauritiana, and honey will be extracted from this plant, and this will be utilized locally and especially for the export purpose. And the study was isolation of bacteria from the rhizospheric soil and root stock, Visipus mauritiana. Then these bacteria were characterized biochemically and molecular level. And after that, the study was on the step of either the leaf of Visipus mauritiana can produce secondary metabolites. There was also a study, and my MC students conducted this study on secondary metabolite production by the use of the Visipus mauritiana. FTIR study was also conducted, and phytohormone study was also conducted on this species. Recently, my two PhD students are working on, one is working on the Chilgoda pine, phytogeography, vegetation assessment, and prioritization of community for conservation of Chilgoda pine forest in district B upper. And the second student is working on the tree pine. As we all know that government of Pakistan imposed ban on the cutting of mother trees of tree pine during 1995. And tree pine is a light mother tree species. It thrives best under light conditions. So when there is no proper cutting of the mother trees, like if the mother trees reach the rotation age and it's not cut, then regeneration will not receive life, and there is problem for the regeneration. And we are focusing on that regeneration in this study. And in this study also we will focus on the natural regeneration as well as artificial regeneration and effects of spatio-temporal changes during this long era, like ban on the cutting of the mother trees, and up to date we will study all the effects of spatio-temporal changes on regeneration, and we will also apply the ectomycorrhizal fungi and endomycorrhizal fungi, also a combination of PGPR on the regeneration, on the seedlings, on the seeds of this tree species to enhance the germination. Thank you very much. This was
Top 5 questions then, one by one.
तो क्वेश्चन है तो पूछें स्टूडेंट।
ये जरा FTIR वाली स्लाइड पे है। बैक वाली ये मेरे नॉलेज के लिए थोड़ा सा इसको एक्सप्लेन करेंगे FTIR क्या होता है और कैसे ये काम करता है, इसका प्रिंसिपल क्या है। और दूसरा मेरा क्वेश्चन इसी के रिलेटेड है कि ये PJTR जो टेक्नोलॉजी है, because this is not my field, so as a layman I would like to understand how it is feasible that this technology can be transferred in the forestry field, and it is feasible that it could be successfully implemented, because we are not much advanced in this technology like USA and other countries. So I never seen this technology successful in USA and other countries. So are we sure that this can be transformed here and it will be a success story?
Sir, FTIR, it is the machine, spectroscopy, Fourier transform, infrared rays, जो है ना वो जो भी आप सैंपल इसके टच करते हैं, सैंपल पहले थ्रू स्टैंडर्ड प्रोटोकॉल बनाना पड़ता है आपको ना, मतलब डिफरेंट अगर आप बैक्टीरिया को ट्रीट कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए डिफरेंट प्रोसीजर है, प्रोटोकॉल है सैंपल प्रेपरेशन का। अगर आप फॉडर स्पीशीज का चेक करना चाह रहे हैं कि इसमें कौन कौन से फंक्शनल ग्रुप हो सकते हैं, तो उसका अलग से प्रोसीजर है। तो मैंने फॉडर की स्पीशीज को भी चेक किया और बैक्टीरिया को भी। तो इसमें मतलब ये है कि ऑलरेडी इसमें तमाम चीजें सेट होती हैं, इसको सैंपल को जस्ट हम चेक करते हैं और ये स्पेक्ट्रा ड्रा करता है, जिससे हमें पता चलता है कि इस रेंज में ये प्लांट फंक्शनल ग्रुप इसके अंदर पाए जाते हैं, अमीन्स हैं, हैलोजेंस हैं, अल्कीन्स हैं, कौन से हैं, और ये फॉडर वैल्यू कौन मतलब किस जो है फंक्शनल ग्रुप में लाई करती है, और ये फॉडर इसका किस क्वालिटी का हो सकता है। जो सेकंड क्वेश्चन है PGTR का, ये टेक्नोलॉजी लोगों ने बनाई भी है, और ये जो ACC का प्रोजेक्ट है टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट फंड, इसमें सबमिट भी हुए हैं और लोगों ने ये टेक्नोलॉजी फार्मर्स को ट्रांसफर भी की है। तो मैंने भी इसमें अपना प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट किया था, लेकिन अभी वो नहीं अप्रूव हुआ स्टोर में। अभी मैं कोशिश में हूँ थ्रू फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट कि इसको टेक्नोलॉजी को फार्मर्स तक पहुँचाया जाए, इसको क्योंकि ये टेस्ट तो हो चुकी है टेक्नोलॉजी, तो ये फार्मर्स तक पहुँचाने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि हमारा जैसे मैंने कहा कि वास्ट एरिया ऑफ द कंट्री एरिड सेमी एरिड है और वाटर जो है लिमिटिंग फैक्टर है। तो ये बैक्टीरिया क्योंकि टेस्ट हो चुके हैं कि ये जो है ना ड्राउट स्ट्रेस के खिलाफ भी काम करते हैं, पैथोजेंस के भी फाइटोहार्मोन भी प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं। तो ये तमाम चीजें मिलके प्लांट की ग्रोथ को, ये नहीं हम दावा करते कि ये बहुत 100% ग्रोथ होती है। PGTR के केस में 20 to 25% जो लिटरेचर बताता है, और जैसे हमने टेस्ट की है डिफरेंट प्रोजेक्ट के जरिए और PhD स्टडी में, तो इतनी ही ग्रोथ जो है वो इन्हांस होती है, इससे ज्यादा नहीं। तो हम इस कोशिश में लगे हुए हैं, ट्राई कर रहे हैं कि किसी तरह से टेक्नोलॉजी फार्मर्स तक पहुंच जाए और पाकिस्तान में भी ये सक्सेसफुल हो जाए फॉर ट्री स्पीशीज। क्रॉप पे आपको पता बहुत सारा काम हो रहा है हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में, डिफरेंट रिसर्च ग्रुप्स जो हैं क्रॉप पे काम कर रहे हैं ऑलरेडी और सक्सेसफुली कर भी रहे हैं, और ट्री जो है ना उस पे वेरी लिमिटेड स्टडी अवेलेबल है।
आपने जो अपनी स्टडी में शो कराई है वहाँ पे प्रूव हुआ है इसकी ग्रोथ कितने बड़ी है?
हाँ जी,
वो ग्राफ पे है आपको?
वो अभी मैंने दिखाए थे कि जो अल्बीजिया लैबिक है और अकेशिया नालोटिका, उसके केस में मैक्सिमम ग्रोथ इन्हांस हुई है थ्रू एप्लीकेशन ऑफ PGTR। फिर जो हमने प्रोजेक्ट किए,
थोड़ा सा क्लैरिफिकेशन करने के लिए, क्या अगर इसके बगैर 10 सेंटीमीटर ग्रो होती थी, तो क्या इसके डालने से कोई डबल हो गई है या
डबल तो नहीं, लेकिन मैं बता रही ना 10 to 15% इंक्रीज आता है। अगर जी खुद ऑब्जर्व किया, ये PhD की स्टडी का ही मेरा था ये सेमिनार। फिर उसके बाद जब 2 और स्पीशीज थी, जैसे मैं विजिफस मोरिशियाना की बात कर रही हूँ, और ये जो ल्यूसिना लिकोसिफेरा उसके केस में भी।
तो मैडम इसमें FTIR और HPLC इसमें जो फर्क है स्पेक्ट्रोफोटोमेट्री का,
ये सारे इसमें फर्क है
क्या है?
HPLC जो है ये बहुत डिटेल में करता है, मतलब फाइटोहार्मोन प्रोडक्शन ना, ये तो जस्ट एक स्पेक्ट्रा ड्रा करता है। FTIR
इसमें भी स्टैंडर्ड यूज होते हैं
कि FTIR में तो जस्ट हम सैंपल को टेस्ट कर देते हैं ना, HPLC में स्टैंडर्ड यूज होता है।
इसमें स्टैंडर्ड यूज होता है। इधर है हमारे कंपनी में?
सर मैंने तो पूरे कायदार यूनिवर्सिटी में पोस्ट सुपरविजन में थी और उसके बाद मेरे क्लास फेलोज है वहाँ पे प्रोजेक्ट में जो काम हो तो मैं वहाँ से करवा लेती हूँ। HPLC मैंने एंटोमोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट में डॉक्टर आसिफ साहब का यूज किया था और PhD स्टडी में बॉटनी डिपार्टमेंट में मैडम आपदा से रिक्वेस्ट की थी फिर उनका यूज किया। फिर कृषि इंडस्ट्रीज में कुछ सैंपल मैंने उधर जाके रन किए थे।
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन।
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन।
एक दुगना सवाल आपसे।
जी सर।
आपने 4 स्पीशीज यूज की और आपने कहा जी कि आपने उनको ग्रोथ टेस्ट दिया, उन्होंने 2 ने अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स किया और 2 ने नहीं किया, तो आपने किस बेस पे कह रही है कि वो 2 ने अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स किया और क्या रिजल्ट है? क्या उनकी आपकी फोटोसिंथेसिस चेक की, टोमेटो कंडक्शन चेक की, क्या चेक की? अगर चेक किया तो आप प्लीज दिखा दीजिए।
सर मैंने 4 स्पीशीज पे बैक्टीरिया की एप्लीकेशन की। मैंने ये नहीं कहा कि 2 स्पीशीज ने बिल्कुल रिस्पांस नहीं किया, मैं कह रही हूँ फास्ट रिस्पांस किया और वो रिस्पांस किस चीज का था? बैक्टीरिया का था।
आपने कहा कि ड्राउट टेस्ट को उन्होंने रिस्पांस किया, ये आपने कहा।
ड्राउट टेस्ट में 4 स्पीशीज ने रिस्पांस किया, जो बैक्टीरिया इनोकुलेट किया था
आपने कहा कि 2 ने अच्छा किया,
2 ने अच्छा किया, 2 स्पीशीज ने
एक नेवर
अच्छा परफॉर्म किया। हाँ जी।
तो वो आपको कैसे अंदाजा हुआ? क्या देखोगे? आपने उनकी फोटोसिंथेसिस चेक की, टोमेटो कंडक्शन चेक की,
इनके फिजियोलॉजिकल
चेक की,
फिजियोलॉजिकल पैरामीटर्स चेक किए।
ये मैं पूछ रहा हूँ ना, बताएं ना।
प्रोलीन कंटेंट जो है, प्रोलीन कंटेंट चेक किए और प्रोलीन कंटेंट के लिए एक सैंपल तैयार किया जाता है, फिर उसको टेस्ट किया जाता है कि कौन सा जो प्लांट स्पीशीज है वो बेटर परफॉर्म कर रही है अगेंस्ट ड्राउट टेस्ट।
नहीं, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ आपके जो आपके फिजियोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट जो चेक किए वो आपको ग्राफ है आपके पास, दिखा दें ताकि हमें पता टेबल दिखा दें ताकि हमें पता चल जाए कि कितना उसका वो ये दोनों
मैंने अभी मोस्टली जो थे ना वो स्किप कर दिए थे इस प्रेजेंटेशन पे। तो
चलो डॉक्टर को डिपार्टमेंट में दिखा देना। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन।
जी सर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। स्टूडेंट्स को कोई कंफ्यूजन है तो स्टूडेंट्स पूछ सकते हैं। जी पूछे प्लीज।
मैं भी जो प्रेजेंटेशन आपने कहा था कि सलोजा फाइन जो है इससे हम टिश्यू कल्चर क्लोनिंग कर सकते हैं?
जी जरूर कर सकते हैं। बहुत सारे जो लोग हैं इसकी टिश्यू कल्चर क्लोनिंग कर रहे हैं और ये बड़ी कामयाब है टेक्नोलॉजी।
पीजीआरटी का यूज मतलब सीड प्राइमिंग में,
जी सर।
सीड प्राइमिंग में जो आप ये बैक्टीरिया यूज कर रही है इसका सीड प्राइमिंग में रोल कर रहा है। जैसे आपकी बोरस की स्पीशीज होते हैं या सीडिंग के काफी हार्ड होते हैं, हम हॉर्टिकल्चर में जो स्टेरिलाइजेशन या स्टैटिफिकेशन का प्रोसेस यूज करते हैं, तो ऐसे ये बैक्टीरिया को सीड प्राइमिंग में अपना अमलदार करते हैं।
सर जो कन्वेंशनल प्रैक्टिसेस है ना सीड डायमेंसिटी ब्रेक करने की, वो तो अपनी जगह है, लेकिन मैंने इसको पहले ट्रीट किया कि इसको मतलब डिस्टिल वाटर में डिप करके कितने से इतने देर के लिए रखा, फिर उसके बाद स्टेरिलाइज किया कितने % इसमें क्लोरोक्स और एथेनॉल करके इतने मिनट के लिए, फिर इसको डिप किया प्रीपेड इनोकुलम में एक स्पेसिफाइड टाइम के लिए। तो इस तरह से मतलब मैंने इसकी कोर्स की और डिजामिनेंसी ब्रेक करने के लिए क्योंकि इनका सीड कोर्स काफी हार्ड होता है। जो डिजिटल मोरिशाना के केस में है उसमें भी सीड कोर्स हार्ड होता है, उसमें हम उसको क्रैक करते हैं सीड को ना, मोस्टली जो फील्ड में प्रैक्टिस होती है। देयर इज नो अदर क्वेश्चन। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू वेरी मच डॉक्टर लुबनान सर। आज का सेशन बहुत अच्छा रहा। आपके स्टूडेंट्स ने कल्ची में पार्टिसिपेट किया, क्वेश्चन आंसर हुआ। तो मेरी यही रिक्वेस्ट होगी बाकी रिसर्च कोऑर्डिनेटर से कि थोड़ा सा अपने स्टूडेंट्स को, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट को इंकरेज करें कि वो ज्वाइन करें, क्योंकि अगर एक ही डिपार्टमेंट के स्टूडेंट ने ज्वाइन करना है तो फिर तो इनको हम यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पे करेंगे ना, फिर हम कल्टी डिपार्टमेंट लेवल पे कर रहे हैं। तो मैं चेयरमैन हजरात से भी करता हूँ इस पे मुलाकात, और बाकी स्टूडेंट भी अपने कोलीग्स को बताएं, स्टूडेंट्स को, कि ये जो हमने एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट की है ये आप लोगों की शामिल होने से ही इसको की बेहतरी होनी है, ये कंटिन्यू रहेगी। थैंक यू वेरी मच।